I've put together a document about flat Earth and why it's 100% the truth. It's the 5-minute truth. Why we've been lied to about reality. Let's start with undeniable observations. Let me ask you a simple question that exposes impossible physics. Aviation impossibility. You're flying west at 500 miles an hour. Earth is supposedly spinning east at 1,040 miles an hour. You need to land on a south-facing runway. How do you smoothly transition from flying against Earth's rotation to suddenly matching a runway moving 1,040 miles an hour sideways? And you're doing this at 37,000 feet. That's a larger radius circle that requires faster rotational speed to keep up, yet pilots experience none of this. No special procedures exist. Aviation works perfectly regardless of flight direction. Engineering. Sewer systems are designed with the precise 1 to 2% grades over miles of pipeline. Engineers use straight line calculations. No curvature corrections needed. If Earth curved 8 inches per mile squared, long pipelines would require constant adjustments. They don't. You notice walking up a 1% incline immediately, yet you never feel like you're walking uphill as you traverse a sphere. And that actually goes back to, this is supposed to be an oblate spheroid. On an oblate spheroid, the only 2 points on an oblate spheroid that are perpendicular to center, and when center is important because gravity works on a straight line vector from one mass, supposedly on Earth, to the center of Earth. So you'd have to be level and perpendicular, standing straight up. And if you were inclined at all, you would notice that. Just like you'd notice if you're walking up a 1% incline. You'd notice if you're walking uphill or downhill. And this would also be picked up on accelerometers and gyroscopes. Okay, they have gyroscope sensors that are digital, that pick it up, that would actually register any movement at all. So that's really important when it comes to being on an oblate spheroid, because an oblate spheroid only has 2 points, the equator and the poles, which are perpendicular to center. Everywhere else, it would have a sliding scale on what kind of tilt you're on. Even if it's a small tilt, even if it's 0.03 degrees in one point and 0.02 degrees on another point, you would notice this as you move around. And as you move around the Earth, your phone would flip because your phone's gyroscope sensor and accelerometer it's not tied into a GPS. It doesn't know where you are. So if you go from the United States to China, your phone would literally think it turned. So you'd be on the phone and it would flip on you. It'd be like, what the heck? You'd think it was flipping. It doesn't know where it is. That's just the down position is manually programmed. And if it's manually programmed, it has nothing to do with your location. So how does your phone know where you are? And how does it know you're turning around a globe? How does it know not to turn on you? Because it thinks it's turning, because actually, technically in space, it would be turning if it's going around a ball, not to mention the orbit of the Earth around the sun, which is even more turning. It's crazy. You'd literally be able to stand in one spot with your phone, and your phone would just keep flipping over time because it would think it's going around in circles and orbiting the sun. It wouldn't know that's what it's doing, but the actual location of the phone in space, it would be turning if it was in one fixed position on the Earth, because the Earth is turning and the Earth is orbiting. We're told we live in a pressurized atmosphere directly adjacent to the vacuum of space with no physical barrier. Every pressurized system you've ever seen requires a physical container. A balloon, a pressure cooker, a tire. Pressure equalizes instantly without barriers. Yet somehow Earth's atmosphere maintains pressure against infinite vacuum with no boundary? That violates every principle of gas physics that you can observe in reality. And here's what the ancient pyramid builders knew that we've forgotten. Earth's magnetic field is in the wind. Watch what happens at the tropics. Winds from both poles converge at the tropical zone. They do not cross over, destroying the the spinning globe theory. This convergence creates magnetic induction. The magnetic induction creates our sun, an electromagnetic plasma sparked by the phi ratio imbalance between two hemispheres. Earth functions as a ring magnet with a black hole at the center, the resting state visible in all ring magnets. The two magnetic fields, northern and southern hemispheres, constantly seek equilibrium, creating the annual cycles we observe. The sun isn't a distant ball of gas 93 million miles away. It's an electromagnetic phenomenon created by converging atmospheric currents with our local system. And this explains why. Ancient astronomers could predict eclipses thousands of years in advance. Polaris never moves despite Earth's supposed wobble in orbit. The sun appears to move at the same speed for everyone, everywhere. Engineering works with flat Earth calculations. In the consciousness connection, here's the deepest truth. Nothing is physical. Everything is frequency and wave mechanics. We are consciousness experiencing reality through electromagnetic projections. Your very DNA, shaped as the double helix vortex, is the chain that ancient texts told you to break free from. The word sin equals sine wave. Man of sin literally means man of sign. Beings created from in experiencing wave frequencies. Ancient wisdom encoded this everywhere. The Ankh, shaped like a key, equals the key to understanding life as electromagnetic. Breaking chains in the Bible equals transcending DNA programming. All gods emerging from the center equals consciousness arising from the creative vortex. The spinning ball model is science fiction designed to hide your true nature as creative consciousness, make you feel insignificant in a random mechanical universe, prevent you from recognizing your power as a conscious co-creator. It stops genuine inquiry through false closure. Science has it figured out. When you're told you're on a random rock spinning through an infinite void, you're powerless. When you understand your consciousness experiencing an electromagnetic projection system, you recognize your creative power. This isn't about flat Earth. This is about electromagnetic reality and consciousness. Trust your direct observations over authority. Question why aviation, engineering, and ancient alignments work perfectly using calculations the globe models say shouldn't work. Investigate why pressure systems require containers but Earth's atmosphere supposedly doesn't. Ask why winds converge at tropics instead of crossing over. The truth is accessible to anyone willing to observe, think critically, and break free from the programming. You're not a random accident on a spinning ball. You're a consciousness itself, experiencing reality through an elegant electromagnetic system that ancient builders understood and encoded in stone. You are not a random accident on a spinning ball. You're a consciousness itself, experiencing reality through an elegant electromagnetic system that ancient builders understood and encoded in stone. The Sphinx stares east, watching the electromagnetic birth of each new day, waiting for consciousness to awaken and remember what the ancients knew. Will you clear away the sand of lies and restore the truth? Only those who elevate their consciousness, who become kings of their awareness, can decipher what's hidden in plain sight. The choice is yours. Accept the programming or awaken to your true nature. This information synthesizes observable physics, ancient wisdom, and consciousness science. It deserves genuine investigation, not dismissal. Thoughts below. And this is for entertainment purposes only. All the information in this video is my opinion only, and not the opinion of anyone besides myself unless otherwise stated by them. This is the Dusty Truth. Have a great day.